we have the return of England vice-captain Barbie Girl, Meg Jones.
That was hell of an intro.
Thank you to Siya Kolisi for putting out the
Good
call,
man.
because last week Athlone delivered 2,300.
Can we have a little snapshot of what you said to the girls?
They give me so much nonsense. They make fun of me. Like, it's not awkward when I go in. It's like an outsider. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you don't have, people don't see that. When you put on the jersey, you're saying, yes, I'm here. I'm going to go defend my country and represent my country. And that's what people want to see fight. And that's what they showed on the weekend.
You had great DMCs with Jade Kunkel. Look at you guys.
She's a G.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see a black guy from here. To go do work as a firefighter and then go work as a rugby player, nah, too much respect for her.
Crazy.
She's a superhero.
It doesn't matter how little resource you've had to get yourself to this point. Now that you are wearing the green and gold, this responsibility is yours as much as it is mine.
Yeah.
The fact that you are saying it is so validating.
That's what Ubuntu is. I am because we are. And the platform and success is all about how many people can you take with you.
Sorry, I'm just feeling so inspired.
Can I vote for him, please? The Good, the Scaz, and the Rugby, brought to you by Vodafone, has made its return. Still no Scaz, still no Mo, but we have the return of England vice-captain Barbie Girl, the pride of Leicester. Here she is, Meg Jones.
That was hell of an intro. I'm a Barbie girl. I want to be Ken, though, I think. Have you seen the Barbie movie?
I'm just Ken.
Oh, yeah, I'm just Ken.
Is that the energy you're feeling
I think
today?
so. I want Ken energy.
Okay, well, Ken is here.
Kenergy.
Kennedy in the house. Speaking of Kennedy, this weekend in WXV action, so much to discuss. USA versus France, Canada versus Ireland, close. The Red Roses New Zealand matchup, no disappointment there.
That was a good one.
Well, unless you are Kiwi, tons of disappointment. But for the rest of us, wow. And then WXV2, tighter than ever, 7 points, the biggest separating margin between any of the teams of the 6 ones in Cape Town. WXV3 favourites, Spain, look ready to take the title, topping the log at the moment. All of this means there is so much to play for all over the place this weekend. We've got juicy, basically finals set up, although in Cape Town, the host team might still have the final say, even though they are third on the log. Why are you laughing?
Because you love it. You
Yes, I
absolutely
love
love
it.
it. Rate out of 10 how much you love it.
Oh, it is we are 1 point behind. 1 point behind Scotland. Do you know how we feel about 1 point disadvantages? Yes, we live for it. Give it to me on a plate.
Now.
Now,
Give it to me now.
just now, all of the nows. We are so ready for it. And then on WXV3, we do need to discuss this, because the most pivotal match in all of WXV3 might be the one that could see the Dutch Dames and Hong Kong China potentially play off for what could eventually be a place at the Rugby World Cup. So that's arguably the biggest prize on offer this weekend. One man stole the show, although that wasn't, I wouldn't say that's what he went to do.
No, he just doing the right thing.
He was just there being a good person.
He just wanted to go watch some rugby.
And then the whole world was like, oh,
Yeah, let's jump on that.
let's jump on that. So Siya Kolisi, just before bedtime, we are catching him, and we'll be chatting some women's rugby with him shortly. First up, Meg Jones, the real Ken, not Siya Kolisi. How do you feel about the fan reaction to your first official episode as Mo 2.0?
Yeah, it really gave me some confidence coming into this one, to be honest. Sorry, that was a very PR like educated interview, wasn't it? I was like, yeah, I feel confident coming into the next game. But
Media training.
media training, tick.
Yeah.
No, loved it, to be honest. Yeah, I just felt backed by the fans. Felt like they wanted some more. I didn't come empty-handed. I got some Percy pigs
Thank you.
this time round, but I did come empty-handed again. But I felt like the Barbie doll was enough. Do you know what I do want to say? I feel like I've upped the YouTube subscribers.
Oh, really?
Because everyone stopped to listen, to go and watch. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's more views now on YouTube.
You're turning us into a TV show.
And I think that's good. I think that's good for the
She is rubbing her fingers together.
The moolah.
She means money. So she's there for the YouTube ad. So if you get that YouTube ad, just give it 5 seconds before you hit skip and then keep watching. Thank you so much to Pip Andrews who pointed this out, who said I had to stop listening to the pod in the car because I needed to get home and watch it. Gemma from The Prop Life says, petition to make GSR guest arts and crafts a thing. We should have an arts and crafts fair where at the end of the season,
all the guests,
or everyone's arts and crafts need to be basically displayed, and then we'll get judges to come through like the Antiques Roadshow.
Well, surely you
and rate the
Scaz
effort.
and Mo can be the judges. Do you know Antiques Roadshow played over one of our games when we were playing Italy once, Six Nations? That was a classic. But Antiques Roadshow is, it's nostalgic. So.
What do you mean it played over your game?
Well, I don't know how much I can say.
Was your game showing and then
they stopped to play Antique Roadshow. They had to do what they had to do. Do you know what I mean?
How do you feel about this now?
Better than the stream last night. It kept cutting off.
But we're really glad that we got the rest of the game.
100%, because it was a class game.
We didn't miss any of the tries.
No. It came back on for the last try, didn't it?
Just for Letty letting us try.
Letty letting us try, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing how she knew this. She knew just to hang on. Okay, feeds back, let me score.
God, everyone was like flirting with the touchline, weren't they? Abby Dow, Letty Linger, she was loving it. That pass over the top from Demont, I thought, bloody hell, that's carnage. But she finished it and she played a good game, I thought.
At 22-12 at half time, did you think it was going to blow out that much?
The first 10 minutes, I thought, wow, these New Zealand girls are here to play. I thought I hadn't seen them with that much fight and desire for a while now, since we've played them a couple of times. And I just felt like I didn't see that desire. But that first 10 minutes, I thought, yes, nice. It's exactly what we need as a group to back up against the wall a little bit, but also overcome that. And for it to blow up like that, no, I had full faith the girls were going to do it.
Yeah.
I actually loved what Mitch said. I think he said it after on one of the interviews. He said, well, if people are going to score tries against us, then we'll just have to score more. And I loved that because I just thought that's exactly what that game was.
You're a centre. Obviously, you love that.
Yeah. Score more tries. Perfect. Say less.
We won't defend. We'll just score more.
I know, but I do love defence, though. I am an advocate for defence. Mo will back me up for that one.
Okay.
Mo, however, not an advocate for defence. A little prawn.
Why are you calling her a little prawn?
God bless her. That's Nine's worst nightmare in there. Sorry, Mo. Sorry to give you some heat on that. But that is Nine's worst nightmare. She just got full, was it Olsen Baker, straight in her channel. And yeah, kadoink. And I think her whole shell just went inside her. She kind of went into like this shape. Don't know if anyone can see what I'm doing.
So for the audio listener, Megan has raised up her little feet from the ground.
And say, this is like a prawn.
She's reaching for them and she's arched over completely.
But what I like about Mo is consistency. Later on in the game, she obviously gets that superb charge down, doesn't she?
So Ches and Colby.
Just get him on the bloody pod, shall we? Shall we? Get him on. The good, the Chesley and the rugby.
So Rocky Clark.
Yeah. That is Rocky Clark. I didn't even get that then. Yeah, there you go. Charge down with her little hand and then prawned on the floor again. Like she'd never scored a try in her whole 35 years of existence.
Maybe she was tired.
No, Mo don't get tired. Mo's too competitive.
Okay.
Did she say she was tired?
I don't know.
She needs to sleep more. Tired.
I'm just thinking of ways to
be fair,
defend
that game was fast, wasn't it?
That the first 10 minutes, it was like the rev counter was in the red the whole time. It was tiring just watch. When the transmission cut out, I was like, oh
yeah, I gotta put the kettle on.
Yeah.
Thing is, I'd love to know the ball in playtime there, actually.
Oh, must have been outrageous. But the score could have been 63-31.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
we listen to me.
Elma.
Ooh.
Going to the dark side.
If England hadn't left as many points out on the kicking tee, 7 missed conversions, 14 points.
They were tough ones, though.
It could have blown out a lot more.
I got to give Rowley some love. They were tough kicks. Helena Rowland. They were tough kicks.
No, I mean, they weren't making it easy for her.
No, but she got a couple over, and she is normally a consistent kicker.
Can we have a moment for Hannah Bottoman only being 25?
Yeah, that's chaos. She had a stormer as well, actually.
25. She's got 50 caps.
Yeah, fair play.
She's going to be like...
Yeah.
I mean...
If she keeps it up.
If she keeps going like this...
Yeah, class, to be fair. That is, yeah, phenomenal. I didn't even think about it like that.
That's unbelievable. Can we... producer Shara shouting at me. I can feel it through the air.
Aura.
Mo wearing her GSR scrunchie.
That's love, that is, isn't it?
It makes my heart beat so nice and warm.
She loves this place.
75 caps from Mo as well.
Yeah,
so
play.
when we give Hannah Bottoman her flowers, we do need to do it for the Mo. And I love that Ricky Swinell on comms said 75th cap for Mo and playing some of the best rugby she's played.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I absolutely love, because she has said before that she doesn't want people to talk about her age, but about the standard of her performance.
Of course.
And it's right up there.
Yeah, no, she's been pivotal in that team. From the get, I think, obviously the World Cup, I know she hates it when everyone brings it up, but from that moment, she's changed her whole thought process around it. And I think she's just delved straight in, head first, prawn first, into getting herself like such a, do you know what I mean, standout player on that team again.
You're such an adult.
We're only as old as we act.
One of my other new favourite phrases that keeps popping up is the Super 8 thing. When did this start? For those who don't know, you guys have now renamed the bomb squad, or the bench, or the impact players, as Eddie Jones called them, to the Super 8.
Yeah, I think that's Mitch.
Is that a Mitch thing?
I think that's a Mitch thing. Super 8. Yeah, I can't fully remember. It might have been something in before, but definitely, obviously, since I've been in with Mitch, it's been Super 8. But it's quite empowering, isn't it?
The Super 8?
Yeah, it's nice.
I like
Bomb
Squad more.
Do you? Yeah, but Bomb Squad's the front row.
No, it's the whole 8 coming all at once. When you go, ha, there's my bench.
Is it? I thought it was just the Bomb Squad coming on.
Yeah.
Really?
What do you mean?
I don't know, your rugby knowledge is probably better than mine. I thought it was just the Bomb Squad, as in the front row coming on. Swaps for swap.
No.
Like we did yesterday at 55 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just to be specific.
Okay, specific.
Specific.
So the Super 8?
Super 8, yeah.
Did they impress you? Were they superb?
I would say they were super. That's what sets us apart from most teams, is the depth that we can bring on. I thought Lucy Packer came on and did a good defensive job at 9. She did some prawning. She did some prawning though, as well. I don't know if anyone else saw that. Sorry, Lou. She also did some prawning, but it's a common trend, isn't it? To be a 9, you have to be a weasel and a prawn at the same time.
What is a weasel?
A 9, like a little weasel. Do you know what I mean? Mo always texts me before saying, "Please be nice on the pod. Please be nice
before
be
you
kind."
come in."
Yeah.
Did she not text you today?
No, she didn't text me today, so that's why I'm not being
it's your
kind.
fault. You did this to yourself.
She texted me last week. Please be kind.
Please be kind. Be nice.
Always kind. It means I like her. It's like when the boys flirt with you in school. It means they like you, innit? I wouldn't know.
I was going to say.
Personally, not from my experiences, but what I've heard.
Personally, yeah.
What I've heard from my friends. You know?
I did enjoy Ruahe Demant being so incredibly honest in the post-match interview. She said, full credit to England, consistently executed. We're not clinical enough. We didn't try to win the next moment. Skill set and mindset is our problem, a bit of both. We want to put another 80-minute performance our country is proud of. And I think that people looking at it from an English or a Northern Hemisphere perspective should not underestimate how badly this will go down at home. They are massively, the defending world champions. They've conceded a massive loss for the second time in a row, basically, on this tour, because they played here in London just before. And they have a tough task ahead of them. It is interesting for me, though, that this team, and maybe it is timing, but I feel like they don't seem to be all that bothered by the fact that they're on this learning, growing. Because Alan Bunting still afterwards spoke about how important this experience is. They're chalking it up as...
Yeah, but look at the 2 halfbacks. They're so young. They've got another 3 cycles in them, as in World Cup cycles. So he's probably looking at that and going, that experience is invaluable for them. Like the fact that they're running the game like that and they're scoring good tries. Is it Hannah King? She was dominating, I thought. Yeah, okay, she had a couple of mistakes.
I was going to say.
A couple of mistakes, but I think that would come from the inexperience of international level. But on the other hand, you know, she was putting in little kicks. Game management, I think, was fairly good. They were still playing out of their exit zone, which they always get slammed for, but they always do ridiculously well from. And I think, well, if it works, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
I would say that Ruahay looked more disappointed and frustrated than Alan Bunting did.
Yeah, naturally as a player, though, you're more emotionally, I'd say when you're on the pitch, you're more emotionally connected to, because it's easier to watch, I think. And he's probably confident in the way he's set out to almost allow this all to play out. He knows, right, this team doesn't need to be ready yet. And knowing him from the Sevens circuit, he's very much that guy of like, I trust the process and I know when we need to, we'll rise to the occasion. So I think he fully believes that. As a player, you're like, I just want to win.
I was going to say, what does that do to really competitive players who want results on the scoreboard and a payoff for the work that we've put in this week?
Well, you trust, there's a bit of both in there. You trust the process as much as you can, but straight hot off the press, when you're straight off playing the field and your emotions high, adrenaline's high, you're thinking, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And then you go to sleep or have a beer that night and you go, oh, it wasn't that bad. Do you know what I mean? So it's always deemed worse when you've just come straight off the pitch. But yeah, I think they'll trust it, and that's on Alan Bunting to reinforce that as well as a coaching staff to make sure that doesn't add fuel to any fire, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting dynamic because the Roses just looked about as good. I mean, how good was that performance, like in the bigger scheme of the last few years? How does that rank?
I would say, obviously, we spoke last week and we said that we weren't like executing, maybe we weren't as clinical. That for me just was top tier stuff because all our backs were touching the ball. We were like, our forwards were dominant. We were direct. Like Maud Muir, that girl works ridiculously hard. Same with Bots. Same with Zoe Allcroft. Same with Abby Ward. Like this, Alex Matthews. There's just this crazy amount of talent on that pitch. Moz as well. So there's so much firepower, and then for the backs to, Jess got the hat trick. I think Abby Dow, or she get one or two. Oh no, Ellie got two, didn't she? But Abby Dow was phenomenal as well. The whole the back three is crazy. I guess, yeah. And it's just the caliber of players we've got, and we're all in our peak. I was saying this to C the other day. I was like, we're almost like all in our peak because we're in our peak age of like, this is obviously go against Mo and Scaz, but like 25 region. Do you know what I mean? Like the average age of that back line is quite high.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's like a peak age because we've all been in and around the system for so long. And I guess that makes a huge difference as well, doesn't it? Because when you're in international sport for that long, you learn so much. And I think, New Zealand will take big learnings from that. So,
thanks.
No worries.
Okay, cool. Cheers. Great show. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Now.
We are going to take a look at the rest of WXV1 now, which is South African for the now, that is later. But first, let's talk about the 2,300 people that went to Athlone Stadium in Cape Town on Saturday. What you need to understand about Athlone Stadium is it's not Cape Town Stadium. It's there where you're a little closer to the community.
Okay.
And the thinking, I think, from the beginning was that hopefully you can attract a younger crowd, a local crowd, people who in the area might just be looking for a nice day out on a Saturday. Luckily, it was crazy hot in Cape Town on Friday and Saturday. It was like 36 degrees both days. So a great opportunity to just get out of the house and go do something fun and soak in the sun. Siya Kolisi put out the most beautiful video that he kindly sent to me beforehand, hyping up all of the Wallaroos and then hyping up the Women Boks.
Sorry, you like checking his homework before he puts it out?
He literally was like, is that okay?
I love that.
It took me so long to reply to him because I was busy that I only replied. And then when I replied and said, oh, that's great, and sent lots of crying emojis, he was like, oh no, I've posted it already.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Took too long.
I was like, it is very nice. Well done. I like it a lot. Please make it available to the Good Scaz and the Rugby to collab on.
Please collab,
yeah. He was like, no, it's already gone. So thank you to Siya Kolisi for putting out the call, because last week we had 291 people turn up to Cape Town Stadium. Athlone delivered 2,300.
Do you think that is a Kolisi effect? Like, or is that timing, XYZ, maybe like a bit of momentum going now into the tournament? Or do you actually think he's created that?
I literally think that at least 2,000 of those people went because he spoke about it.
That's mad, isn't it?
The thing is, it just gets so many more people to think about this as something that's worth attending because he said so, because his credibility means that, oh, this must be amazing, how fun he's going to be there. Also, a lot of people turned up with his autobiography because they wanted it signed.
Yeah, true.
What a great opportunity to get your book signed.
Yeah.
And now we have a listener who is joining us live from Cape Town.
Oh, he's here.
Yes.
Yes.
A firm fan of the pod, he says. Siya Kolisi, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Long time.
Have you met Megan, our friend?
Hello.
Hey Megan,
Hi.
how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Not too bad. How are you? How are you after the long
I'm
weekend
good.
you've had?
I'm a bit tired, but I'm good. It was. I think I'm exhausted more from like the emotions of everything.
Yeah.
Just like hearing what it meant to the girls, and like to me, I mean, it's like standard, like it should be normal. Obviously, we haven't done it in the past, but like the way the reaction I got from the girls, also the South African girls, they were very happy. But like the Australian, I spoke to the Scottish ladies as well afterwards, and the Japanese and some of the Italian players were there too. So it was really cool just to mingle with. With people, we all basically doing the same things on the same level. We're just not equally supported.
Yeah.
I love that you turned up in that Springbok women's shirt, but judging by how that shirt fit,
it was a problem, man.
It's a bit tight on the arms,
it
isn't
was
it?
a problem.
I've looked for one on the internet. You can't buy them. Whose shirt did you wear?
No, they gave me, I think, a double XL, and it was still too small. I had to keep on pulling the jersey down.
Was
at
it a
the
crop
front.
top, was it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I promise you it was. It was a crop top. Stomach out.
Stomach out.
So good.
Just in. You had great DMCs with Jade Kunkel on the stands in between. We actually have the picture of you and Jade. We've printed it. We've put you guys here on our
No
set.
way.
Look at you guys. Can you see that?
She's a G. I mean, I can see. I can see a black guy from here.
Yeah, that was
You
class.
can't miss that thing.
Yeah. No, she. It was nice. It was very great talking to her, and they like. I love it because we kind of on the same. We in the same parts in our career. Like we'll be more on the older side compared to our teammates, and the younger players are coming through. But we both said we're gonna fight. We're not gonna give we're not gonna give the jersey away. We're gonna fight until somebody obviously takes it. So, and she was just saying how amazing the energy from the next generation is coming in for her to be there. And I think what's so cool, the person she is as well, like you telling me the interview you did with her and the work that she does. And a lot of people like don't know that. I would never be able to do what I do for a living and then still get another job. It will be impossible. I'm always moaning. We moan a lot as men. We always moan.
We do as women as well, don't we?
They just moan at work.
I've got so much respect to go do work as a firefighter and then go work as a rugby player. It's
Crazy.
too much respect for her.
That's
And
amazing.
she loves what she does, which is amazing because she's helping people each and every single day. She's a superhero.
Yeah, I love that.
Do you know
Really
that
a superhero.
when she was in New Zealand for the Rugby World Cup, she actually went to the local fire station there because she's such a fire station nerd. And then she had coffees with the guys at the fire station.
Did
She made
she?
friends with the fire station in New Zealand because everywhere she goes, she just goes knock, knock. Hi, my name's Jade. I'm also a
Love her.
firefighter. And they were like, yeah, come on in, mate. Let's have a coffee.
Mini community, that's class.
I love that for her.
I wonder if she did it here. They will teach you how to sing Iguicho.
I was going to
Because
say,
our firefighters, they sing.
Did you
How-
do much singing then on the weekend?
did you do singing with the girls in the change room
You
beforehand?
know what? I did. I was there. So I went. I didn't want to interrupt, like it wasn't about me on Saturday. I just wanted to be there for the girls. So I didn't want to interrupt anything that they were doing. So I sat in the stands and then Coach Swayze, who coaches them, called me, and I stood with him on the field and we caught up a little bit because I haven't seen him for a while. And then I did the pre-match before they ran out. And then I waited outside and then they were singing and then I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
I was in there with them. Yeah, I was in there with them. It was weird doing I never do pre-match speeches. It was weird doing one for the ladies, and I actually got a bit emotional while I was doing it, and then we did the singing, and then I was supposed to be the mascot, but I was at the back because I wanted the girls to go
Mascot.
first. I was the back.
That's a
I
big
was
mascot.
too slow. I was slow to walk to the front. They had already gone out.
Could, could we
Yeah,
have a
I
little?
was supposed to come in holding the ball or them holding my hand as I go in the field.
I saw you coming out with that hat on and you looked so ashamed. And I was like, why is he walking like he's in the wrong place? Because all of us are just like,
Because
hey,
I was
there's Siya
shy. Because I
Kolisi.
was like,
Oh, he was shy.
it's not my moment. So I wanted because they wanted me to walk out to the because I'm like I'm so shy. I would run out to the ball and be the water boy.
Can we have a little snapshot of what you said to the girls in the pre-match chat? What did you say?
No, I just basically like first of all told them like of course we see them and we can see what they're doing and I have so much respect for them because this is not the first time I've been with the girls. I've been with the I go visit their training sessions when we're playing. We were both in Cape Town. They played before us against New Zealand. On my off day I went to their training session. Like they know me. They to them I'm like just like they give me so much nonsense. They make fun of me like we that. It's not awkward when I go in. It's like an outsider, coming in, or they don't see me as people see me and say, "Oh, see, I can wear photo." They don't care.
Yeah.
Like they just see me as one of them. So just telling them like how I loved how I've seen their growth. Because I know the struggles they have. How they just keep on working. They're just getting better each week and the fact that they need to know they are good enough to be in that stage, and they've worked to be there, they deserve to be there, and I also told them it doesn't matter like they need resources and everything, but once you put on the jersey and you're on the field, you put that aside, you flip and play because people want to see you represent your country. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you don't have, people don't see that. When you put on the jersey, you're saying, yes, I'm here, I'm going to go defend my country and represent my country. And that's what people want to see fight. And that's what they showed on the weekend. And that's what I was basically talking to them about.
Love that.
It was hard to think of words, but I knew, like, when I started talking about the country, how people in South Africa, you have to win stuff first, then they start backing you. So that's where. And now, if they win this weekend, they come second in this W15 this side of the world. So that's a huge achievement already.
So, what do you think it is that you understand about the women's game and these women that many other men seem to be asleep on? Because everyone, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Caitlin Vakolo from the Black Ferns reposted your interview and said, at All Blacks, can't wait to see you guys at some of our games, which I thought was great and bold, tagging them as well. But what is it that you think that you get about where specifically these South African women are from and what their journey has been like that makes you feel like you want to be there for them so much?
Um, because I've actually gotten to know some of them, and I got to know some of their stories, and some of them we come from the same backgrounds. One of the girls plays for my same club that I picked up my first rugby ball at. So where I come from, you don't watch. Like when someone struggles, you help. That's how I made it in life. Like when I was struggling, when I was didn't have, I went to go ask my neighbor, and now I have. Now I'm helping the poor back in my community, and the girls are playing the same sport as me, and they need help right now. So I go and I help. That's how I was raised. It's just normal where I come from. When we talk about Ubuntu, that's what Ubuntu is. I am because we are. Without my community, I wouldn't be here. Without my grandmother and my aunt, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. So when you have, and the platform and success is all about like how many people can you take with you, that how many, it's not just about you, what you can do, and the platform is mine for a certain period of time. What am I doing to use the platform for other people? And that's how you say thank you to people that support you and buy tickets with a last couple of rands, mothers that work a couple of jobs and then buy a ticket for their son to go and watch me play. How do I give back to that, and also if the women's game grow, rugby is a small sport. Rugby is very small compared to soccer and all those sports because it's hard to play. You need money to play rugby. You need a field. You need all these kind of things. Where soccer, you can just put a ball in and start playing. So if we help women's game grow, then that means rugby is growing. More people are playing rugby. More people are exposed to rugby. We're all benefiting and we're all eating out of that. And there's enough for everybody to eat. We just need to know they've been supporting us. We need to support them back too. And then everybody wins with that.
Sorry, I'm just feeling so inspired.
Can I vote for him, please?
Yeah, I'm voting for Kolisi for president.
Here we go. Coach Schweiss, talk to me about what he told you when you spoke to him before the game, because you've been coached by Coach Schweiss before. What is he like? Because Megan doesn't know the man at all. We call him Uncle Schweiss sometimes. Like, he is honestly one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. But what did he tell you about being in the women's setup? Because he's only been there a few weeks.
He obviously he was with us, and then obviously he struggled a little bit, so he had to take a break, and he took a break. And I think he could have gone to any men's team that he wanted, but he felt he's a very spiritual person. He's a Christian, and he felt he needed to do a bit more. Like, this is what he was supposed to do, and help the, like, obviously through his faith. That's what he believed. And I stood next to him, and he said, we haven't even seen anything yet with these girls. They just, because he just started with them, and he's very good at what he does. And he says they just need somebody who's gonna care about them more than just as rugby players, who's gonna give into them. Because, like, I also see, like, what he sees. Some of these players, like, I look at the number 5, Ubisi, the way she works, she reminds me of Peter Steph, her work rate around the field, the stuff that she does. Number 12, oh my goodness, she's getting momentum over and over. It's just, it's special, you know. And then you have Aseza. Aseza is pulling everybody, like 4 or 3 people, to take it down when she carries the ball. You know, the more they play together, the more they get it. That's why the W15 tournament is so important, and it's important that all the countries are playing. They're getting more opportunities, because that's what happens with us as men. We have 3 games in July or June, and then we have the rugby championship. I think that's 6 games there. And then we have another 3 or 4 at the end of the year. So that's 13 games. And you together the whole time. The more time we spend together, the better we get. You know, and that's what they need. And obviously, it being professional in the unions will also quite help, because sometimes some girls go to the unions and it's not as professional. They don't train as much. They don't get the same kind of. So it needs to be more professional. I know the Bulls are doing very well. You know, they're fully professional right now, which is huge. But yeah, there's still a whole lot more to be done. But I think also, if men support that, like, if men, like, we have one of the most successful men's team. If we get behind it, think how many sponsors will also get involved. That's another thing, you know. It's easy to give somebody that's already made it, that everybody knows about. Invest in the woman. It will take time, but imagine being that sponsor or being that person that's backed them from the beginning. When they make it, and you talk about the journey that you had to travel. But people, is the easiest thing to do is take the most famous one and just give them that, and then let them just. It's always great to grow with people. I mean, I've been with Adidas since school, you know, and they, like, the relationship we have right now, how much they've backed me, and that's what we're talking. I'm talking to them about. I say, okay, which lady are you gonna take and grow with? And they're so keen because they can see what it's doing. The country was vibrating. It was crazy at the stadium. It's like, I think 4,000 people came to the game. They were entertained throughout the whole way. If it's a stoppage, they're singing and they're dancing in the stand. It was so much fun. And the amazing thing, they were involved in the game. Every time a big moment happened, you hear the crowd reacting to it. It was really amazing to see.
He's a good one.
Oh my goodness.
How do you make more allyships then? Do you think you expect men now to do the same, or is it just, I guess, finding deep in your heart whether to do it or not? Do you know what I mean? Is there now an expectation on you know, the boys in your team, etc., to jump on this as well, or is it just kind of, I think it's individual preference?
It's more you have to be intentional about it. It has to come from, like, me. If I have to go and say to our team, like, our manager. I mean, our manager spoke to me in the Springbok manager, and, like, you gotta go. And I know it's something Coach Rassi really would back, because that's what he wants. He loves the girls. We all watch them when they play. But I think it's more not being so distant. If I'm available, I'm off, and I can go to the training and work with the loose forwards. I mean, there will be nothing better than if each player teaching another player. You know, there's nothing greater than that, because we've had so many years of experience. Some of the girls are only starting to play right now. So if there could be more interaction, real stuff, not fake don't go there if you don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go and really invest. And I think it has to come from the top. And we all have to be intentional about it. Sometimes it's me calling on, like asking a mate, hey mate, please go support, your girls. It's all because at the end of the day, everybody's gonna benefit, and some will benefit without even wanting to support this, and we should. It's crazy that we're even talking about it because the women just support us regardless. They're always at our games. They're always posting. They're always saying good luck.
I think that's what I find hard as a player is like, I don't want to nag the men's side or anything like that because I feel like then
You want them to
I
want to
want,
support.
yeah. It's like I don't want to say like it's almost like going to your girlfriend or your other half and you're saying, "Can you buy me flowers?" And then they buy you flowers, but like, it's just not the same.
It's just not the same.
But that's what I mean. As a player, I'm just like, just come in, just one session, honestly, and you will make a huge difference because we don't get as much, and also we've probably looked up to you at some point in our career.
I think that imposter syndrome that a lot of women feel, not just on the rugby pitch, but that feeling of going, am I really good enough? Is my contribution worthy? The fact that you were in that change room telling them, if you wear this shirt, you are good enough. Doesn't matter what you're earning. It doesn't matter how little resource you've had to get yourself to this point. Now that you are wearing the green and gold, this responsibility is yours as much as it is mine. The fact that you are saying it is so validating. That makes me want to cry just thinking about it because
we're emotional.
It's just like there is no way when I was at high school or at primary school that a man would have ever stepped into a space where a bunch of women were playing sports saying, your contribution matters, your sacrifice counts, your representation represents me too.
Yeah. And do you think that the men get maybe imposter syndrome from that as well? Because they probably think, well, what do I know about women's sport? What do I know about? But I think people forget it is just rugby or it is just the sport. And I think that's when you can make a huge difference.
Now, we obviously need to get girls playing rugby in school in South Africa because the problem is most of our national players have only been playing for a handful of years. Very few girls, maybe Yaki Sillier has been kicking their entire lives, a bit like our Scaz has. So we need to convince the schools next up to start fielding girls' teams all over the country in order to get these girls playing a lot earlier in life. But I don't think this is a Siya Kolisi only effort. So we would just like to say thank you for leading the charge.
So we with our foundation with Rachel, we do a project called Tia Pagama, and we worked with kids from different schools where we employ coaches from the township, and we have girls teams, mixed teams. They all, we're trying to do as much as we can. So after school, because I always got in trouble after school. That's where when you're bored, you've got dead time between. So that's what we wanted to start a project that keeps the kids busy, and they get food in the morning, and they get lunch, and then they get training, and then they get want to help them with homework as well, and then they play together. They get home, they tired, they just go to bed. Where I had options, I can go mingle with the guys that smoke and drink after training, or I'm gonna go to training. I did the mingle with smoking and drinking, and then I found rugby, and then my rugby mates would go and find me and say, we need your training. Then I felt that sense of belonging. And that's what you need as a young person. You know that you are wanted. I could give nothing to them other than just being on the rugby field. And when they came to find me, and then I knew these are my people, they really care about me. That's the environment we're trying to create now in my township in Sweden. And we have boys and girls playing. We do netball. We do as many sports as we can. We're soon wanting to build a proper field because at the moment they're playing in patches of grass on the field and stuff. But people show up. We had over 500 people coming to watch young kids play from the community, which is quite cool. And the nice thing in that field, what it looks like now, that's what the kind of field I used to play in with thorns. They had thorns on there. I could have, like when I was younger, we all could have said, no, we can't train when there's thorns. And that's why I'm saying, when I say to the girls, when you put on this jersey, all your problems don't matter. When all your problems, not that they don't matter, you have to park them. When you go on that field and you go, you're representing South Africa, you're representing me, you're representing anyone. People are not thinking about that. They just need to see the fight in you when you're on that field. Then they're going to start saying, okay, we need to get involved, because then you're not making excuses. You're just using what you have. That was my mindset when I was young. use what you have around you to make it. And then whatever you don't have, when you use what you have, somebody will provide somehow. And it did.
That's amazing. So the Kolisi Foundation is really worth checking out because the work that they do is so multidisciplinary, but is specifically also aimed at getting kids who are in the communities that are like the one that Siya comes from. Siya Pakama means?
It's Siya Pagama, like we are rising. And it's a mixture between Siya, my name, and then Pagama is my mother's name. I used her name because she was she suffered from gender-based violence quite a lot. So some of the memories I have of her are not so great ones, and I wanted to, for my brother and sister, just to have something good come out of her name, that when we remember her, we remember with all of these children's lives will be changing, and so I wanted to use her name and just have a good memory of her, because my sister doesn't remember, because she was crawling when my mom died. My brother remembers a little bit, but I'm just trying to change the narrative in our heads, just something good comes out of it.
Yeah. And that's why Siya Kolisi's autobiography is called Rise.
Elma.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise.
Siya always makes me
feel
cry.
the same. I genuinely feel the same, honestly.
You also made me cry.
It's the passion. I can.
Emma made me cry once before.
Why? What happened?
It was an intense week.
I think it was just the emotion of the week. It was an intense week. We were playing the British and Irish Lions second test.
Yeah.
And we knew, for us, if we lose, we're out, because we lost the first game. And there was a lot happening. And obviously, I was doing the captain's press conference, and I could just feel the heat.
Yeah.
And then I'd sit there. And then you sit there. I think I sat by myself that day. Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat by myself. And she asked me, what would you tell 9-year-old Siya? I don't know why. I just burst into tears. I answered, I said, I would tell him he's enough, like he's worthy. And then I burst into tears and I ran to the toilet. I called my wife and I was like, I don't know, but I'm crying so hard. She's like, let it out.
Yeah.
Then I came back and finished my interview.
Luckily, it's not live, so it's fine.
We can cancel that out.
Yeah.
No, but embrace that.
Like,
embrace it.
But this is the thing. Sia's self-awareness through such a long journey.
Yeah.
And being able to talk about his feelings with words that many people lack, but particularly men in South Africa lack, because they just are not encouraged to feel their feelings and talk about them, is the thing that absolutely gets to me every time, because you're just not used to speaking to men who are that self-aware, but also who are healing the little 9-year-old Siya with every single step that they take, which is the integrity that we have to honor you and Rachel for.
Yeah,
because the Kolisi Foundation isn't waiting until retirement, or isn't waiting until you've got enough money raised, or isn't waiting until someone helps. It's going, these are the problems, we're here, we're solving them. We are just getting stuck in. So thank you for the work that you guys are doing. Siya Pakama.
Thank you so much. Yeah, but honestly, it's I don't know. I'll keep on saying, like, where I grew up, the way I grew up is helped me be the person I am. But without people, we are nothing. By using my platform, doing what I love, because every time we win, I know more people want to work with me. How do I direct them to a place where they can just do more than just looking after me, and actually make proper impact? And it's the best thing to do. And every time we win, when I don't want to wake up in the morning, when I'm tired, when I'm lazy, I know if I don't get up, a couple of kids are not gonna get food. A couple of women are not gonna be helped, because we do these power to you packs, and we have to raise funds. And then the more I dwell on the field, and that's why I'm so grateful for my teammates, because without them and the success that we do as a team, we're not able to do the work that we do. I'm not the only one that has a foundation. Chase and also just started his world. There's a lot of guys who do work outside the field, and without the success of the team, we can't do the work that we want to do. But that's why it's important. You got to focus on your work and what you do on the field, because that's your bread and butter. But it's also bread and butter for other people if you use it wisely.
Siya, there is so much that we still need to talk about. Can you please tell Rachel that you guys need to come here, because Scaz and Mo are going to be so sad that they're missing out on this opportunity.
I'm feeling blessed.
Megan's come off the bench She's not usually in the starting lineup.
I'm Super 8.
She's just the impact player. But Scaz and Mo are going to be so jealous because they're in Canada right now and they're missing out on all of this beautiful. And I know you're coming to London.
And they won.
Yeah.
Well done
And they
to them.
won. Well done to them.
Good game.
They beat the Black Ferns.
Yeah.
Those are my friends. That's my Adidas family.
There we go.
Have you got any Adidas family in the South Africa women's team yet?
Not fully, but we do have some girls who are playing with it. But that's what I think we're working on.
Yeah.
Team
Nice.
Adidas is looking for the women's team.
Shopping.
And they really want to help. Like my foundation, they've been so impactful with me, and they've taken. It's not what they do for me on the field and stuff. They want to know, Siya, outside the field, what is it that you want to do, and they know my heart is to help. In the where I can, and that's what we've done. They've prepared me through my foundation, and at Siya Pagama, that's where they're backing us the most. And soon something is coming out with them donating towards the foundation. I'm doing something cool with Adidas Global, so I'm pretty excited with that, cool. And that's gonna help with Siya Pagama as well.
Do you know what Siam Tanda means? Sia's name.
No.
We love him.
Really? I'm going to get that tattooed on my arm, I think.
He's just literally love. Just lots of generosity and love for loads of people.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for making love visible in everything that you do, Siya. We love having you on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. And I'll see you in November.
Anytime you'd like to stop by, we will unlock the door and switch on the lights. Please bring Rachel as well. We'd love to talk about the Kolisi Foundation.
I think she'll be there. We're doing something in the UK for the foundation. So
okay,
class.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it was lovely to virtually meet you, Kolisi.
Love to the family. Thank you.
See you later.
Bye. Back to back, 2-time Rugby World Cup winning captain. A boy who went to bed hungry more times than he can count and has raised us all up on his shoulders by the empowering work that he does. Siya Kolisi, Springbok captain. I think this example serves to shed a light on the world that we all want to see and the role that we all want everyone to feel welcome to play. Not because we're shaming them into doing it, but because they want to be there. Yeah. And I'm not mentioning this because I want to bash anyone over the head. I'm mentioning this because no one will remember when you started. They will just remember the work that you've done and the impact you've had. And you don't have to shout about it, and it doesn't have to be public. But if you implement the value that he speaks about, Ubuntu, each one, we are through one another. If you think about your role in the world as something that is part of a community and being that arm around someone's shoulder when they need it the most, I think there are so many opportunities for us all to live a life of love.
Love first. Love wins. I think that's why I was curious as well, because about, like, how do you address that? Because men might feel the same. They might feel like, I don't want to occupy that space because I don't know if I'm going to add value or not, because they don't understand that space. But every help is help, and we need to help each other. Yeah. And that's how the world works. And
shout out to Jamie George, who has gone into camp with the girls. I know, and there was footage of this. And a number of other players have as well. It's, as I say, this is an opportunity for us to celebrate when we help each other be better and bigger. Wow, I'm a little emotionally spent.
I can only imagine. That was phenomenal, wasn't it? Every time, how many times have you spoken to him and you feel the exact same after every time?
He always makes me cry, man.
I know, but that's the passion he shows, and you're the same. You just absorb it. That's the impact he's making, isn't it? It's crazy. You have a sip, take a sip. You need a sip. Is there whiskey in that?
I wish there is. I was gonna still ask him about the rugby championship and so many other things, but we will have to have him back.
Definitely. And Rachel into
Rachel, because she is true power. Yeah. That woman is sensational.
It's interesting hearing the amount of, sounds like it, powerful women in his space, which, rugby could be a facilitator of powerful women as well. So I just, wow. That's the first time I've ever come across Kolisi, and I felt that through the screen, like the impact.
I think the thing is that is exactly who he is.
Yeah, well, you can tell.
There's
no filter.
He's not pretending.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about that game?
Let's talk about that game, because that was a class game.
What did you think?
They displayed some phenomenal rugby, and obviously the last minute was exceptional. I know how much were you on the edge of your seat. I was honestly rooting for him. But also I'm a Wallaroos fan because of Joe Yap. So there was a bit, but I'm also now a South Africa fan. But Nadine Roos was, I think it showed her class the 80 minutes. I think she started off a bit slow, but she definitely brought the fire and tenacity towards the end. And based on her story, that's definitely the sort of individual she is. So
such class. Ayanda Malinga with those try-saving tackles of hers.
Yeah.
It's like she's running on fast forward.
What more of a compliment is that?
It's the first time these teams have played each other in a decade.
Yeah, wow.
And this is the power the WXV holds, because it gives the South African women a chance to test themselves against the team who played WXV 1 last year. The Women Boks have not had the opportunity to play against an opposition like this. In the men's game, the Springboks and the Wallabies play each other every year, twice a year, once at home, once away in the Rugby Championship. It's as reliable as the sun rising and setting. We know Australian rugby. We know we're going to scrum them to pieces. We know they're going to run us to pieces. And then somewhere along the line, there'll be a result. The fact that we finally saw this happening in the women's game, I think that's why I was so emotional about this on Sunday morning when I rewatched the game, because I just sat there and thought, it's actually happening. Here we are.
Yeah.
And these girls concede 2 tries, score 1, and then they just absolutely clawing to stay in that game, showing such incredible resilience, which was amazing. Also, shout out to Scotland, who we are looking at you. Because now
you got all eyes on them.
We have all eyes on Scotland. So Scotland beat Japan, and Japan really gave them a solid go.
Good game as well.
13-19. That match was uncomfortably close.
Yeah.
Even Rachel Malcolm said scary times. Was that one of the things that she said? Pretty disappointed individually. It was scary times. It could have gone either way. That's her official take on it, scary times.
But I think Scotland pulled through really well. And again, I think they're coming out on the other end of results because of the game management.
Yeah.
And is way better. Obviously, Merrill got player of the match. And I think, again, she's been stepping up, and I think that's a product of playing in the PWR, particularly Bristol.
Oh,
as well.
credit.
I would say. I think so.
Club game.
Oh, I'd say so.
Carrying them home.
Yeah.
Now, disappointment for Wales again. Where have we seen this before? 5-8 to Italy. Those Italian girls, the post-match interview of the year.
No, after Kolisi's.
I cannot go, I cannot look further than Sarah Tunesi.
No, she loves it.
I mean, outside of the swearing, which I still think is very funny. Sorry, she did apologize. I do not understand nothing. Then she says, I'm too excited. I'm sorry. First time I do speak English because I played in England, but now I can't think. I so relate to this because sometimes I also just can't think, and I don't want to listen to you asking me a question. Can I just tell you how I feel?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. I'm gonna go celebrate now.
That's easier for the interviewer's job, isn't it?
It's
just
amazing. She's just like, listen, I'm
You'd
not
be
here.
out of a job.
Well, I mean,
you
I think that her dropping the F-bomb first means you're kind of like out of a job already.
You?
Well,
really?
I mean,
so you
have to apologise.
Out of
You have to go say, sorry, we apologise for the language. Bad.
Can't they just beep it like beep?
It's live.
What does Scaz do? Beep.
Bleep.
Bleep.
Not everyone has the wherewithal to bleep themselves in advance. But that Italy performance, so invigorating, I'm sure, for those Italian girls. And this means there is a big job to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we look ahead to this weekend and get your predictions on the Italian job ahead and Scotland.
I see what we did there. The Scotland job just doesn't have the same ring, does it?
And Scotland, no. The PWR made its return this weekend. You were psyching everyone up to support Leicester and watch them against Gloucester Hartbury on the TV.
I was doing my own Kolisi build up. See what I mean? It's the impact.
You took a leaf out of his book.
Big leaf.
You should have turned up in the green shirt though.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
Were they wearing white? No, they
Yeah.
were in green. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have turned up. You're right. You're
I
right.
mean, like, if you're a real
That was a
fan,
real
you would
fan,
have been
yeah.
there.
That's true. I was having some me time.
And then they went and lost 57-29. This is on you.
They did. But Tigers girls we did really well first half. I thought we played some really good rugby.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, obviously, Gloucester don't have their internationals. Same with us, but those girls, for me, stood up. Like, I look at that Gloucester team then that were playing, and there's international players that have played internationally. So they've had that experience, and no one ever take away your experiences. So all our I think we had two of those players, Evie Wills and Celia, would have been international players that have played internationally. And I think for those girls, that was a big pat on the back, because that's the highest standard some of them have played, coming from Champ, XYZ, obviously Z as well, being the first hijab Muslim.
I love
Women,
that.
that was class.
First woman to score a try in the PWR while wearing hijab.
Can I just tell you something? So I coached her at Barnes for like a short period of time.
We're talking about Zainab Alema, for anyone who doesn't know.
Z, yeah. And she rang me after, I can't know how long I was been there, a couple of weeks, and she rang me and she said, "Hey Meg, I just want your opinion on something. I want to play for England." And I said, "Yeah,
sure."
She was kind of like, I think she was talking about it like into existence, basically. And she said, "I want to play Prem in 2-3 years, and then I want to try and get into the England squad." And again, I don't know how old she is, but she's quite later in her career. She's a mum of 2, and again, to be the first, wearing a hijab, first Muslim woman to be scoring in the Prem, she manifested that and created this for her. And I think I was powerful when I saw that she scored, because I was like, she wanted that, and that's all she wanted, and she literally spoke it into existence like two years ago now. And I think that was class.
And when people speak things into existence, I think it is really important to then also put the work into it.
Definitely.
You're holding yourself accountable. You're allowing all of us to hold you accountable.
She made a Road to Roses account, to Red Roses account. So even if she doesn't make it to, she's already fulfilled one job. She's done one step ahead of probably what she thought she was going to achieve it. So, and that, by putting it on social media, I think kept her accountable. Because it is easy to say, like, oh, that might not have happened, like, it's a bit unrealistic. But she's outwardly said, I'm going to try and do this. You either back it or you don't, but back it, because that's what happens.
Like you did with the Olympics.
Yeah.
Are you blushing?
It's not about me.
Yeah, but it's
good.
good.
Not about me, man.
And Rugby World Cup 25.
Yeah, I'm going to win that one. Up top.
As long as you don't play South Africa in the final, I will cheer for you.
All right.
Okay.
Good
cool.
deal.
Okay, deal. Saracens, congratulations on your win. 38-29 over Trailfinders. Nearly slipped up.
Again, close game, yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
Loughborough, 1946 to Bristol. Shout out to Bristol. We are giving the club game
really
a bit of love. Speaking of the club game and giving it love, the PWR pod, might as well go listen over there to our friend Nick, whose voice you hear first on this one.
You're going to promote them.
Philippa Tatiet, builder with the great hair and the beautiful skin. They've started a pod, and it's all about the PWR. So you don't have to take our word for it, because there's people doing only that. Make sure that you take the chance to go...
follow for follow.
Well, it's not even about that. It's like good people doing good work,
God,
Meg.
Yeah.
It's not a follow for follow.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it.
It's not transactional.
Well, like for like then. Come on, likes go far. Save for save. If you save posts, actually, that's meant to be really good for the algorithms.
Really?
Yeah. Get
There we
people to
go.
save and like.
Will you please tell Scaz and Mo that?
Scaz and Mo have no, like, you could literally write a book for them and they wouldn't have a clue. Do you know what I mean? You even do it for them. I still want Scaz to bring up that reel that she made of her trip away. I want that to come to life.
So we say to them, please share content from Canada that we can post on the group. Then all we get is her holding hands with bots.
Yeah, but that was cute. What was she saying? Not Angela.
Andrea. I love the comment on that. Lou Fandango said, well, she's bought you dinner twice. Hand holding is the least you can expect.
Yes. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. Bots has gone deep into her pocket for that handhold.
We still need to get the story of whether they've now gone 3 for 3 with bots in the dinner club.
No, they removed their phone, no?
Well, let's see, Andrea.
Scaz should be forking out, I reckon.
Did bots have to ask for Angela at the bar?
To get her phone room.
To get out. And then also shout out to the same Lou Fandango who came up with the genius idea. If Scaz was asked to join Tigers in a coaching position, are you speaking this into life? Is this you about attracting Scaz?
I can manifest. I'm a big manifester.
Would she take a role in men's rugby, and would she deploy at Elma Meg Jones to give the players a right good South African talking to?
I reckon.
And gold stars, full marks, 100% bullseye to Julie Atkinson, who posted a photo with our Scaz and then said, finally beat the Black Ferns on neutral ground at Elma Meg Jones, at Hunty, at Scazzy, at Good Scaz Rugby. See, I pay attention.
That's better Instagramming than Scaz and Mo.
I mean, Julie,
she's provided more content than those two.
Can we give you the login to Scaz's account, and then you can just give us updates, please, for the next week?
I wonder what Scaz's password is. It's going to be like Leicester till I die or something like that.
She's speaking it into existence. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Okay, speaking of manifesting, the Dutch dames are manifesting their way to Rugby World Cup 2025. I'm telling you this, I've got a feeling. So WXV3 in Dubai over the last week. Madagascar went down 7-38 to Hong Kong, China. Fiji 17-45 to Samoa. Big result for Samoa. And the Dutch dames 0-20 to Spain. Spain leading the pack at WXV3, out ahead with 9 points. But it's not impossible for Fiji or Samoa to still take the trophy out there. However, I think the big game is in the middle of the log, because 16 spots at Rugby World Cup 25. There are 18 teams in WXV. There are tons of things happening and solidifying. We're still figuring out exactly how qualification works. But there is a chance that that game between Hong Kong, China and the Dutch girls on the weekend could be the determining one that has the final say over who goes to Rugby World Cup 25. So Samoa versus Madagascar on Friday at 4. On Saturday at 3, it's the big Dutch Hong Kong battle at 3 p.m. And Fiji-Spain, which should be a sensational affair, at 5:30 on Rugby Pass TV. So that's not on the BBC iPlayer if you're in this territory. Make sure that you watch it over there. WXV1, Langley, Canada, Ireland. 21-8 final score, 21-3 at half-time, which I think tells a story. These Irish girls coming into WXV, if they had played this game first, what would we have thought of this result? And how much does the fact that they've just beaten the Black Ferns skew our expectations of where they are in their journey? I
mean, bearing in mind where they've come from, like, it's crazy. We beat them, I think, 7-0 in Twickenham.
They were playing Kazakhstan last year at WXV.
It's crazy. And the fact that they beat New Zealand was just wild. But then to get a performance like this, they probably disappointed with themselves. But I feel like they did back it up, because Canada are probably a better outfit than the Black Ferns at the moment.
And they won the second half.
Yes,
5-0.
True.
Reality check.
That's a classic. Like, you get into the change room after, we won the second half, we did.
They did.
Yeah, but you lost the game, do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Mo would be proud of that line from me, I think.
Yeah. USA, France, 14-22. French flair, Pauline Bourdon-Sassous. The swagger of the entire rugby world in one little person.
It's like having you've got the same hair as her, and she plays with her hair down like that.
How do you even do professional rugby?
Do you know what I'd love to see you do? Sprint. I saw this on Instagram.
No, you
Have you seen it? And it's like, I've never seen my best friend sprint. We could be best friend territory, but I've never seen you sprint.
You should also never.
That would be funny, wouldn't it?
It's unfortunate, I can tell you. It's like I'm moving in slow-mo, only I'm moving at full speed.
Do you go same arm, same leg? Yeah, a little bit.
No. I don't move all that much. I think this is the thing.
So
that
you wouldn't be good at French flair?
There's no French flair here. There is very much
French hair.
Only Dutch aggression and French hair. Yes, there we go.
It's okay.
So USA France, 22-0 to France with half an hour left, and all of those USA points, 14 of them, came in the last 30 minutes.
I think they'd be happy with that scoreline, USA.
So they won the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, so they won the game.
Basically.
In the last 30
minutes. We're giving it to you, USA.
Good, you won. But I think they'd be well proud of that as well. Again, fairly amateur team. In fact, yeah.
Amateur team.
Yeah. Playing the French team, which I think are in that transitional period still. But very much.
It's been 84 years.
85 days later.
Yeah. A few moments later.
I love that. SpongeBob.
This is the maturity level on the show is completely tanked.
Yeah, but aren't we like someone's bedtime
I was going to say,
podcast?
basically.
Like I'm here all the time.
Yeah.
You know, aren't we?
The Meg Jones show. England, Canada. This is what we're looking forward to over the weekend. The Canadian girls are 6 wins on the trot. So they have
nice, good start. Belief.
plenty of...
Tagline. My Canadians would be proud at Tigers.
The Maple
They'd be-
Leafs.
Maple Leafs.
The Maple Leafs.
The Maple Ladies.
Quick fire predictions. We are not calling anyone ladies. I didn't want to correct Siya on
I know.
that, but I have a big problem with the word ladies.
I know you do. What's the
It's
the beef?
classist. It's exclusive. It's also racist because people who traditionally were classed as ladies were of a certain class and a certain standing in society, but also they were quiet and obedient. It is not ladylike to protest.
Not us, Elm.
Not us. I'm not a lady. I'm a woman because I really believe it is the most empowering word you can describe a woman with. She is a woman. She stands fully in her power. She has agency. She can be from anywhere and be a woman. We need to reclaim the word woman.
100%. Okay.
People use ladies thinking that it's a compliment, and I get that. I don't want to shame anyone for it. But I just really believe
quite delicate, isn't it?
in sport, we really need to celebrate women for being women.
All right, we're on it. Hear that?
Okay.
No more ladies.
No Maple Leaf ladies.
Ladies.
Quick fire predictions. Friday, USA, Ireland, 8:30.
USA, Ireland. Ireland, yeah, I'm going to give it to Ireland.
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 Yay.
Yeah.
Saturday at 11:45, New Zealand, France.
That's a good one. I think New Zealand.
You think the Ferns are going to round off their tour on a high note?
They scored ridiculous tries against us, England, yesterday. And I think if they do the same against France, I think they'll do well. And I think 85 years later, France is still in transitional phase.
So they can take them.
Yeah, I reckon.
Speaking of taking them, you are Canada.
I'm Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are looking at facing this England team who are at their rampaging best.
You want me to tell all my secrets? Is that what you want? Oh no, what am I feeling? Sorry. Shall I finish the question?
What will Canada be looking at? What is their aim going into this game against the Red Roses at 3 a.m. Sunday morning our time?
Well, it's like any game. Staying on top is the best thing you can do, and Canada have done that very well with their forwards. I think their forwards have stepped up quite a bit, as well as their backs and their display around the rucks a little bit. So if they bring more of that, I think they'll give England a good run in. But we are very strong in defence, and we're very good in attack as well. So that's going to have to be some good Canadian flair. Shout out to Claire Gallagher. She is Tigers player, and Julia, but not next week, sisters.
Sorry.
Not next week, sisters.
Sorry.
You're not having it.
The WXV1 trophy's coming here.
Yeah, it's coming home. Bring it home.
Bring it home. It's coming home, guys.
Coming.
Now, WXV2, Australia, Scotland. They think they are playing for the WXV2 title, but
What have we got here then?
if Scotland don't win with the bonus point and the Women Boks win with the bonus point against Italy, and the Women Boks score many points.
How many?
So the points difference at the moment is 25 positive for Scotland, and the Women Boks are on a 0 points difference.
Okay, so
It's a lot.
many.
Many.
Well, if they score, what was the score on the weekend? 20,
Well,
27.
but Scotland needs to win, but not by much.
Okay.
You see.
Yeah, but I think the Wallaroos will take it to them. That'll be a close game, won't it? Oh, sorry. No, Scotland. They're really gonna.
Come on, Scotland.
Come on, Scotland.
Come on.
Scotland. Sorry, I
Okay,
really took that
Braveheart.
from you.
Yes. We're psyching up. Okay, so Friday at 3, Japan is playing Wales.
Yeah. Japan, I think. They've been playing well. I know, I'm Welsh.
Jones has just picked Japan.
So I forgot I was meant to ask your opinion on these as well. If you've got one, let me know.
I think that this might be Japan's win.
Yeah, I think so too.
They've been threatening. They were really good against the Women Boks. They brought it against Scotland.
Yeah, they've been,
They've built momentum.
Yeah.
And Simon Middleton knows all about how to beat Wales.
Do you reckon he's got a playbook?
I think he
Logged
might.
into
I
his
think he might
PDF.
have some thoughts. You know,
Yeah.
like he'll be like, "Let me just actually pull this one out. Sorry, I've
Let me
got
just
it
have a
here."
look at the old files.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. We'll just send that out.
Yeah. Here's the recipe.
Yeah.
Boom.
He's done the homework before. Do you know what I mean?
So South Africa, Italy at 1 p.m. on Saturday.
South Africa.
Obviously.
Sorry, I had to get that in
sorry,
before there was
sorry.
any delay.
Sorry to Rigoni and Tunisia and
Yeah.
all of the girls. Sorry. If South Africa wins and they put up a massive bonus point, then Scotland goes into their game knowing they can't just beat Australia. They have to beat them with a bonus point
Fine.
in order to take the title. So it all tees up really nicely for that game that kicks off on Saturday at 4 p.m. Australia, Scotland,
All
which
to play for.
almost regardless of which way it goes, I feel might be a very, very interesting clash of styles and the way that they play.
Yeah.
Prediction?
Definitely. What, Wallaroos, Scotland? I do think the Wallaroos are gonna, if they stay on top, offload like they've been offloading. Their catch pass has been ridiculous. They've known where each other are from 2 passes before, and I think if they do that, I think Scotland will be in for a long, long day at the office.
Good
Imo.
stuff. Okay, where to watch? It's on the iPlayer. BBC iPlayer for WXV1 and WXV2, Rugby Pass TV for WXV3. Don't forget to follow The Good, The Scaz and the Rugby on TikTok. Are you following us?
Yeah. TikTok, yeah.
On TikTok?
I'm not very good on TikTok though, so I'd be as bad as Scaz. Yeah, but I do follow you.
You're just a consumer.
Follow us.
You just swipe. Thank you very much, Meg Jones.
I used to have Bieber as well back in the day.
For that and other great rugby insights, please make sure that you tune in again next week. I promise it won't be like this. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know, would you like Meg Jones to return next week? We are
Let
The
me
Good, The
know.
Scaz and the Rugby, brought to you by our friends from Vodafone. The Good, The Scaz and the Rugby is a folding pocket production produced by
Shira.
Kilgallen.
Kilgallen.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, sorry. Just Shira, innit?